Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play a game I found on itch.io called My Crazy Love Story. This game just came out as like 6 hours before I downloaded it, so and is a Yandere game, so there's going to be some warnings on the fact that I'm interested in Yandere, so yeah, let's do it. What's your name? I could do my in, or I could go with digital wave. The sun slipping through your curtain hits your face just right, making you groan in your sleep as you battle to open your eyes. Okay, I love the artwork already. I like the shading. You had gone to sleep yesterday, yesterday, working on some projects for your class, and it's now biting you in the butt as you regret not doing them earlier. Oh, I've done that. But I'm up early, and I'm still doing it. It's already morning. Your voice is groggy, eyes refusing to open up, and after a few minutes of battling, your sleepy mind, they finally listen. Turning on your side, you peek at your alarm clock. Alarm, 7:45. 7:45? I'm late for work? You're so late. You get up in a rush, almost tripping and falling face first. There's no time for that now. It's a match against time, getting ready for the day, and given the circumstances, you just opt for a hoodie and some sweatpants. It's not like you're trying to impress anybody. One thing, I've only had like one class early. After picking up your bag and making sure it was everything you needed, you run for your house as quickly as your leg allowed you to get outside. So I only have one leg. It probably should be legs. That's when you hear a voice. Hey, digital wave. You look behind you and see your childhood friend, Edward. It's not unusual for you to get to go to college together, but it's pretty late. You should probably already be there. What's his name? Edward Cullen? Okay, definitely not Edward Cullen. What are you doing here? Well, I'm waiting for you. Isn't it obvious? You should have waited for me. Now we're both gonna be late. What kind? Well, that's kind of you. Oh, I'm just gonna go. That's kind of you. I don't want to be mean to him. It's normal after all. Edward smiled happily at you. You sure are happy to have a friend who's willing to be late for you. One thing about college, you pick your own classes. My classes start at 1 and ends at 3:30. Technically, mine, I don't get to pick what I pick. There's only like one class for that specifically. It's at that time, but still. Since time is running thin, you don't say another word and just follow the usual path. With him at your side, it's silent, safe from the sound of occasional barking dogs and honking horns. It's still early spring, so the wind is not really that forgiving. Gently caressing your face and tangling your hair. You're glad you decided to wear something warm, or else you would have probably be, you'd probably be shaking right now. I'll just ask him how he's doing. So, how are you doing? You look as awake as I am. Edward will have a small chuckle, adjusting his bag on his shoulder before speaking up. Well, I had a pretty cool game. Kind of lost track of time while playing, but it was worth it. Was it Persona 5? I did that. Persona 5. You just shake your head at him. Some things just never change. You also like video game. You never really been a fan of it. You hate it. How can anyone be so passionate about it? It's beyond you. Well, you also like video game. Also like the video game, or also like the video games. You walk to the side of the university It's filled with small chatter, though it's mostly Edward who's doing the talking. You are glad there's someone out there who's willing to spare you the awkward silence. Or just doesn't know. Be quiet. It's fortunate. Doesn't take long for you to make it to school, allowing a sigh of relief to flow past your lips. However, you don't have time to eternally congratulate yourself over the accomplishment that the side streaks of the girls can be heard. How can anyone be interject this more in this early is beyond you. When a blonde head peeks out of a luxury car, your mind doesn't even have to try to guess who caused such a ruckus. There's only one person who's capable of turning those girls into a bunch of fangirls. Walter Curtis. Was he rich? He never really had a conversation with the man, but he heard that his English accent had a special effect on people. Since any English person have effect on Americans. You, however, do not notice a smile he sent your way. It's kind and gentle, just like a prince. Sir, I can fake a British accent. You have to try better than that. I'm just joking about that, but only one line I can do a perfect British accent for. I'm a mummy. I used to do that all the time. I just remember and I repeated it and I just got it correctly. That's creepy. He's so princely. He's so princely. Let's do it. Move. I said move out of the way. The pitchy voice is one you can never forget. McKinsley. The drop dead gorgeous sorority girl. It's easily making her way among others, pushing through the crowd as if they were nothing but mere ants to her. Most people will not care if they see a sorority girl. They'll just be on their mind their own business. The way her face changes from angry to sugary sweet is almost funny. Though the way she just drags the poor man along with her is even funnier. I don't really understand the hype around him. Well, it's not like you really have an opinion on that matter. Yeah, you don't really get it either. That just feels too much. What do you mean? Have you seen the man? I totally get it. It's not like you really have an opinion on the matter. Edward just gives you a look as you shrug your shoulders. It's not your place to judge. You don't have time to dwell on that, as it's nearly time for your first class. With a simple wave, you part ways with Edward and go to your class. You just hope today will pass by quickly. There's a few people in the hallways. Some are studying while walking, while others do some catch-up talk. Nevertheless, it's still as noisy as ever. You do that in the class. It's the sound of squeaking shoes against the floor that alerts you that someone's coming closer. Whoa, you look like you could use some more sleep. You turn to face your friend. Laetitia? Her tone is playful, and the smile on her face means well. Well, had it been someone else, you would have told him off. But there's this unspoken rule between friends where you can point out something's wrong without angering the other. Actually, you would probably just turn back and return to my lover, who is my bed. But that would just mean wasted money. Yeah, because school costs money. The dirty blonde-haired girl just snickers at you, shoulders shaking with the movements. When you manage to make her laugh this easily, you wonder if maybe you haven't just thrown everything and become a comedian. Being a comedian's kind of hard. I remember hearing that it's actually very hard, because it is so many people try to be comedians. The both of you easily converse, as it seems like she woke up with more vulnerability than you. She's leading the conversation with ease. You're happy just to listen, as she was to her talking about whatever she was doing yesterday. Her life is so amusing compared to yours. Leota was a skilled girl. You saw sew and make her own clothes more than once. Her fingers were truly magical. Quickly, your first class comes to view, and both of you sit down. The professor arrives just a few seconds after you. Man, that was a close one. Lectures are boring as always. When it's so early in the morning, your brain does not have the capacity to focus on whatever's being said. Still try to focus. Yeah, no, you really don't have time and energy for that right now. You choose a doodle and try to focus. That's actually what I'll do. Staring straight ahead, your brain gathers your remaining brain cells to concentrate on the lecture. It's hard and tiring. But if you're going to be there, you should at least try to listen. You risk a glance towards the clock on the wall. The professor is known for being overly strict. Things such as simply looking at the time will make him turn red from anger and yell how we are wasting his precious time. He's just self-absorbed. I mean, if you just look at the clock. For me, I have the perfect thing to look at the clock because the professor's right there and I can just glance at the same time. You have her pulled back to rowdy when you hear those words you dread. A group project. Those are either a hit and miss. You either end up with people who are dedicated as you, make the workflow by easily, or you end up with people who don't give a single care and let you do all the work, which is most of the time. There's no in between. Group projects are merciless. You had hoped that he would give some sympathy, if in his cold, empty heart to let you choose your partners. You could gladly work with your friend. You know she will work and do her share equally. You really had hope, and yet here he provided once again that he got no sympathy for any of you, probably announcing that he will make up the groups. That's all right. You try to be positive. With a little luck, you might meet someone nice and get to make a new friend. As the professor loudly calls your name, you have to think for a will, as the name doesn't quite ring a bell. Who is Akio Kai? It's not like you know anyone in your life. It's not like you know everyone in your lectures. After all, some just never show up, and you're too busy between your part-time job and college to remember every face. But some are easier than others. It's not until the professor gives you a harsh look while tilting his head in the direction of the desk that you turn around. Oh, you don't think you've ever noticed him before. Though you're sure that was his this choice of clothes, and those contact lenses? Red. He would easily stood out. Did I get the? I'm like, oh, I just played something like that. The kid in the back. The kid in the back. It's a gothic feel. He just looks as happy as you at the prospect of working together. Well, this is off to a great start. Without a word, you simply move closer. He doesn't bother with greeting you, simply opening his textbook to begin his work. Well, at least he's efficient. Hi, I'm Digital Wave. I heard. His tone of voice is not especially vicious, but it's not friendly either. It's silent between the two of you. Well, you're happy he's doing his fair share of work. It does get a little overwhelming. Bring up how rude he's being. Try to make small talk. So, since we're going to work together, maybe we should try to get to know each other. So those bloody eyes raised to sell on you, a confused look in his eyes. Why? What do you mean, why? Why do you want to know me? You can tell. You can't tell if he's thinking that he's above that or has terrible self-esteem, judging by the way his shoulders hunch on themselves, making his body look smaller. Your opinion leans towards the second option. Low self-esteem. It wouldn't just be weird if we sat in silence, right? Maybe we can work even better if we communicate. I could tell you already off to a great start. You wrote more than me. I do want to get to know him. Wait, did I? You offer him a good-natured smile, trying to appear as friendly as you can. He just dips his head, hair covering his face, but you swear you can catch a hint of a small blush on his face. He doesn't answer you, but you could tell that he acknowledges your words by the way he nods his head and moves slightly closer. He's actually kind of cute. You're happy to see him. Even look more relaxed. Just adore it. I'm gonna say he's kind of cute. Now that you take a closer look, you can notice that he's actually cuter than you last thought. Sure, he looks in a dire need of sleep, but his hair looks well maintained. His fingers are long and slim, and the mole underneath his eyes just adds to the whole thing. Most of the room is silent. People know better than to make too much noise and attract the attention of the devil professor. You can feel some rays of sunshine peek through the window, lighting up your face. Well, if you're gonna have to work with partners, you have to talk. Just a rule of advice for that, professor. That's what my professors do. He let out a exhale, wishing you could speak everywhere but here. Anywhere far away from your university would be perfect. And a universe far away. You just need a break. You feel like someone is staring at you. But you turn your head to look around. Everyone's clearly busy with something else. Maybe I imagined it. Soon it comes to an end. Everyone's packing up and rushing to leave. As you were about to put your pencil case in your bag, you see those slim fingers slip a paper in. You glance at Akio, who's just looking away. Before you can even ask him what it is, he's gone in a blur. You never took him for the fast, but it just proves to you that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Morning was hell. You had to attend lectures after even more boring lectures and sit through one of your teachers talking about life as if you cared. It proved to be a great way to dislocate and not use any neurons, but still. I kind of actually like talking to my professors about that, but I'm in grad, so it's more laid back in grad school for me. It's always depending on my major, which is English, teaching English as a second/foreign language. All you could look forward to now was that finally was time to eat. Finally, lunchtime. Well, if you could even call it that. Those few minutes of peace you get to eat weren't nearly enough to get your mind rest to catch up with your friends. Oh, her name changed. Now it has Uma. Oyate and Edward still have classes to attend, and no matter how much you want to wait, your stomach is screaming at you. Still, you'll miss her, you miss Edward. It's okay, you don't mind. You don't mind eating alone. It will actually let you social battery recharge, even if only slightly, which helps. It helps a lot, especially if you're an introvert. Even though those are mere 10 minutes, you still try to make the most of it. Sitting on the bench, you're back against the wall. You close your eyes. You try to let your mind rest. In a rush, since you woke up, running between lectures all morning, you need a break. You could feel your mind escaping as the sound of terror slowly begins to drone out. Ah, the joy of disliking. Am I right? You could feel your mind escape as the sound of chatter slowly begins to drown out, and the joy of disassociating. Am I right? Yeah, I keep keep mispronouncing that. You just wish it would last longer. Lately, the moments you have to chill and take care of yourself made themselves scarce. The stress of living by yourself, accompanied with uni, was a dangerous combo. I can relate, except I don't live on myself. You felt like you were drowning, battling against the strong waves of pushing your face under the water, barely keeping your head up. Sometimes you wish you could run away from there, probably live in a small cottage in the forest and forget all about your past life and worries of Yandere. You broke out of your thoughts with a girlish giggle comes from behind you. Curiosity is a flaw. You've been told so otherwise, but you can't help but look behind, leaning to the side with a raised brow. Well, curiosity killed the cat, but the answer brought it back. I have no idea what the other part is, but curiosity is actually a good thing. It makes kids learn. And God, you wish you had stayed curious. Because curiosity does make us go, oh, I think touch and all that. It does help. be able to explore the world. You had nothing personal against the couple, to each their own, but when you feel the need to suck off each other's face in public, you can't help but be grossed out. I don't care. But deep down, you kind of envy them. When you're so busy, romance is the last thing on your mind. It's okay. You're happy to be a single. That that's one less thing to worry about. You wish you had a boyfriend, the kind that makes you feel safe. You just want someone who will take care of you, someone who will prioritize you, someone who loves you with their entire being, a person who knows you can't betray it, that won't betray you. You wish you had someone like that in your life. Someone who's not afraid to take control. Your life is enough of a mess already. Someone who will take care, would help you lead it. Help you lead it would be great. Which one sounds more like a red flag? This one, someone who loves you with their entire being, a person who knows that won't betray you. Oh, that's no point of dwelling on it. It will just dampen your mood. People always say love comes when you least suspect it, but it just sounds like a bunch of crap. There's no more time to think about it. As your alarm goes off, time for another way too long class that's going to suck your soul out of your body. Yay. That's work for me. It's chilly outside. That's the first thing you notice when you exit the building. Curses to whoever decided that your last class would finish this late. That would be on you. Saying that you picked your schedule. I didn't. In fact, technically I did. I asked which class I would want because I had 2 classes I could do. And because I work all the time too, I don't want to keep driving in every single day. So I made it so I had one day. I had to go to school and one day off, so I could finish all my homework and do YouTube stuff. The YouTube stuff ends up being every single day, when I get a chance, because I do my homework. Like I do a little bit of each day too, so it's easy. You also curse yourself for waking up late. Had it not been the cause, then maybe you could have thought of bringing a jacket just in case. There's a jacket in my car. Literally. But no, unfortunately, you're not that bright, so you will face the cold. Yeah, I have multiple jackets still in the car. You look like you're freezing. Want my jacket? You're not even surprised by the sound of his voice. It's common occurrence for both of you to walk back home together. Though you do wish he would leave you alone sometimes. It's pleasant. It makes you feel safe. You kind of wish you were walking with someone else today. I'm not gonna be mean to him. It's pleasant. It makes you feel safe. It may sound pretty cheesy, but having a boy you trust walk with you makes the setting sun less fraying. You notice that the number of weirdos coming up to you decreases super effectively. It's like my brain goes, oh wait, what? I know the word. When in his presence. Plus, it's good at the small talk and making you think about something else than work. I work too? Nah, that's okay. I don't want you to freeze instead. I don't mind, really. I'm not really sensitive to the cold anyway. There's a pause between the two of you. And I don't want you to turn into an ice cube in front of me. When it gets cold, my body temperature is weird. Give in. Politely refuse. I'll just politely refuse. You shake your head once again. You can brave the cold. It's alright, but he would feel way too guilty if he were to get sick because of you. You don't want that kind of weight on your mind. Oh, okay. He seems to be disappointed. His gaze cast downwards as he simply puts his jacket back on. You feel kind of dumb. Right now, he looks like a caged puppy, which pulls at your heartstrings. But you stay firm in your decision. He will thank you later for not letting him catch a cold. You open your mouth to say something to break the awkward silence when you feel him suddenly yank you backwards, making you choke on your spit. What's going on? You were about to question what the heck was wrong with him when you heard the motor of a motorcycle near. The vehicle stopped mere centimeters from you. Had Edward not been there, you sure would have been on your way to the hospital. What was that? You could feel your heart thumping in your chest as you look at the person resting against the vehicle, as if nothing was wrong, as if they didn't almost run you over. Another one? You recognize the face very, very well. You could almost say he's as popular as Walter, but for a very different reason. I'm going to say because he's like a bad boy. When one was known for his gentle nature, the other was known for being a pain in the butt, a jerk, and prone to always causing troubles wherever he went. Part of you wondered why he's even bothered to come to uni if he looked so uninterested. Yeah, so if he's going to uni and he's getting in trouble, he'd get kicked out. Depending on the school. You're in the way. Oh, Lucas. It's incredible the audacity he has to act like it's your fault for just walking where you were supposed to be. Supposed to do. Tell him off. Remain silent. Yeah, no, you're not dealing with this jerk right now. You just want to go home, and using will just steal what's left of your energy. Oh, fighting will already waste it. It seems like he's not even aware of your existence, but as he and Edward have some kind of staring competition, it reminds you of when dogs fight in established dominance. I go with Edward. He's better than Edward Cullen, that's for sure. Back off. It's only when your friend pushes him from you that you realize that how close he was to you. Take a step back to create some more distance between you and the boy. The actions only seem to add fuel to the already growing fire as Lucas reacts in a blink of an eye, grabbing Edward by the collar of his shirt, free hand, balling into a fist. No, not Edward. You want to back off, pretty boy? This is bad. Help Edward by pushing Lucas off him. Grab Lucas' arm and tug him away. Stay frozen. Help Edward by pushing Lucas off him. You may not be strong as both of them, but you're not a coward either. You're not about to let your friend be beat up simply because he was trying to help you. You don't think twice when you push the shorter-haired boy off. Screw off. You don't let him have the time to react. As you drag Edward away, you're not sure you could match his strength. So fling his. You swear you could feel your friend's hand holding you tighter, maybe he was more scared than you potentially thought. Or because you're holding hands. It was dark when you finally reached your house. You don't even have the strength to eat something right now. Your body flops into the bed heavily, melting the soft mattress. Just a small nap, you tell yourself. Just a few minutes. It's nighttime. I think it's time for bed. You can feel your eyelids going heavier, and your breathing falling as sleep takes over you. A certain pair of red eyes are the last thing you see in your head. A familiar and kind smile lulls you to sleep. Those big and comforting hands holding yours, all you can think about as you sleep. His snarky voice is the last thing in your mind. Thinks of sleep taking over. God, he's annoying, but he's kind of hot. Okay, I just know this one and this one. I'm gonna go with the certain pair. You think about how small he looked, as if trying to make himself disappear, and you hope that working with you will help him feel at ease. You do remember him slipping a piece of paper in your pencil case, something yet to properly look at. But right now, your muscles are aching so much that you could truly do not feel like moving an inch. You just let the darkness surround you. Yeah, so yeah, it was the right character. To be continued. So that is my crazy love story. If you want my content, please subscribe, like, help out, and comment down below. See you guys next time. And please check this game out if you haven't already. I liked it, so I hope you guys like it too.